Oh my goodness, I was not ready for that. Welcome on in. Phoenix, how was your stream? I thought I'd turn on the camera and say hi since we got raided. I just turned on the stream, so I'm still gathering references. Here's what we did yesterday, if you want to look at that. Yarn Cave raid. All your yarns can totally belong to... Wait. All my yarns can totally belong to you, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, Kid Angel Arts, thank you for that follow, and I think I missed another one. Hold on. I'm trying to slowly get better at Twitch and actually keep my mod view up so I can read these things. It's a magical thing. Momo Bunny, oh my gosh, I love your name. Thank you for the follow, too. My name is Casey. I am an illustrator. I'm trying to get into book illustration, but we usually... Clock and Coffee, thank you. Our Twitch is so nice, you guys. Seriously, I know I say it all the time, but like this kind of like spontaneous support that people give in Art Twitch is just like the most cool thing. I love it. I love it. Hopefully some of you stick around so I can raid this away at the end, but no worries if you gotta run. Phoenix, I'd love to see what you're working on. If you have any links you want to share, you guys should all go watch Phoenix. If we can get a shout out for Phoenix, if we haven't already, that'd be great. Thank you so much. River Styx Creations, that is a cool name. Holy cow. Man, sounds like a lot of artists in chat. I'm kind of newly returned to Twitch streaming. Still trying to meet a lot of people here. So if anybody is an artist, I'd love to see what you're up to. You had a jump scare? Oh no. Talia, I had a jump scare too, but I was muted, so you guys didn't get to hear my shriek. I'm so sorry. She drew a firefighting chicken? What? Phoenix, you know that I love chickens. I have to see this. Oh, that sounds awesome. Firefight chicken. That's amazing. That's amazing. We do draw-alongs here too, so if you're in a draw-along mood, we do reference, like warm-ups from references or observation Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday mornings, which it's morning for me, so we're about to start some interior studies, which, whew, I'm not gonna lie, you guys rated in on one that I'm really nervous about. We did some figure studies yesterday I can show you while we wait for Phoenix to drop this magical firefighting chicken that I have to see. Is it too loud? Wait, am I too loud? Wait, who's loud? Casey loud? Oh, I'm so sorry. It's probably my alerts. My alerts might be really loud on my starting screen. I'll check that later. Sorry about that, Tony. Now you see why I get jump scared. It's so loud because I have to hear it. Otherwise I miss it. Hey Short Stuff, how you doing? And also hello to those of you who are lurking, Rock Paper Water and Azalace. I appreciate those lurks. Lady Athria, thank you so much. It's so good to see you guys. Let me say hi to the folks who are new in chat here. Angel Arts, thanks again. Sneaky Radio for sure. Zachnida? I'm not sure how to say your name, but thank you for popping in. And I hope you guys are having a good day. I'm scrolling down chat. Sorry, Talia. Oh my gosh. Hey, Raga. How are you? Oh, that little cute heart. I love that emote. Raga always has the best emotes. Holy cow. I was pressured by Foe to draw chicken. I want to see it so bad, but you don't have to share it if you don't want to. I do have a Discord. I have socials. I think those links are in chat somewhere, so if anybody wants to join those, feel free. I cannot do headphones amaze. That's part of the reason why I have loud emotes. Is because headphones hurt my ears. And also my head. So I just can't do them. I have some over-ear headphones, but the Bluetooth in them doesn't work. So until I can get my Bluetooth working in my motherboard, I can't use them. It's really frustrating. Yeah, so I'm still gathering references, so sorry guys, I'm not quite ready to go. But for the raiders, if you're curious what I do, if you're still here, if you want to see, oh, there's a version 2 of Pure Ref, guys. You can draw in it now. That's cool. I just am gonna stick with my regular Pure Ref for now. This is all I need. I'm trying to update my children's book portfolio, so here is the current lineup of work. Some of these are in progress, like this one I'll actually be working on later today. This one with the dinos and the little kid. I worked on it a little bit last week, and on Monday, I think. But, yeah, I have more to do, so I'll be finishing, hopefully getting closer to finished on this one tonight. Did this one recently on stream, so this is kind of the stuff you can expect here. I also do sculpting sometimes, so we do warm-up sketches, we do painting, I do... Oh, you just can't see that. I'm gonna fire this, hopefully today, we'll see. I have so many things on my to-do list right now. This Parasaurolophus sculpture that I made finished making anyway, last month. The details look weird because the lighting in here is weird right now. We got that weird morning light kind of blindingly coming in my window, but there are details, I promise. Anyway, I'm gonna sketch it. I'm gonna fire it, hopefully, today or tomorrow. And then we will be painting this up at I think next week, right? Is the last stream of the month? It's not today, is it? No, it's next Monday. Yeah, so next Wednesday, excuse me. My last stream of the month, I always do some kind of let me get off my face. Some kind of a traditional media stream, usually sculpting. It's kind of the goal right now. So, that's your son's favorite dinosaur? No way, it's my favorite dinosaur too! Your son has good taste. What can I say? What can I say? Hey! Oh, I almost thought that was Senna. Got those Senna hug emotes. Yeah, unfortunately, I wish I could find a solution to the sound problem. Hey, Charzia! How are you? Zach is fine. Okay, good. Thanks. Good to know. People posted great chickens. Oh my gosh. Just kidding. No rush either, Phoenix. I love chickens. I actually volunteer with a local chicken coop, so I am kind of chicken obsessed. I have a surprising lack of chickens in my portfolio now that I'm mentioning that. Man, there's so many things I need to improve upon. Here's another piece that I did recently on stream. So anyway, this is the kind of stuff you can expect to see here if you hang out with me. We also do creature design days, so it's like the first Wednesday of the month. I will do a sea slug dragon prompt. It's kind of fun. Look at a sea slug and I'll kind of design a dragon based on that sea slug. So there's one. And here's another one. So this is what you can expect here. If you hang out with me, if any of this sounds fun, feel free to click the follow button or just lurk, no pressure. Never any pressure. I know how it goes. Ooh. Oh, Ash Rubber, thank you. Thank you for that follow. I do appreciate that. You guys are pushing me closer to my little follower goal. I'm super excited. Just got back into streaming back in, like, early February, late January of this year. Oh my gosh. Art Twitch is the best. It's seriously so nice here. Everyone is so supportive. It's amazing. Charlie's Dragon! Hey, how are you? It's so good to see you. Hope you're doing well. I would most likely lose them. It's true. It's true, short stuff. That's why I wear my sunglasses on my head. It's not because I'm cool. It's because I will literally lose them if I take them off of my head, so it's a problem. I have a lot of problems, guys, but that's why we're here. We're here for accountability with our problems, right? Right? That's what Twitch is for, right? Thanks Maze for posting those social links in the Discord if anyone's to. Hey, Bickman! And hello again, Mirror Staffer. It's good to see both of you guys. Hope you're having a good day, Bickman. And you too, Mirror. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. As I was planning to do interior artwork. You're here on the right day. If anyone does want to draw along, the way these warm-up streams work is at the end of the warm-up, I will post anything that people drew with me. I'll show it on the end of stream. So we'll kind of go through and look at what everyone else did. It's kind of an accountability group thing. So if you are trying to improve your art or learn how to draw or just want like, you know, drawing from observation and drawing from reference is something we all know we should be doing. Like, it's a really good practice, kind of like working out. Like, we all know we should be going to the gym, but it's hard to actually like muster the energy to do it, especially when you're staring at a blank canvas and you're like, oh, I have to draw this picture. So the way I structure it is I say try for at least 30 minutes, just like set a timer and see how far you can get in 30 minutes. You can do quick gestural drawings, you can do one long form drawing, totally up to you. But yeah, if you want to be a part of that, feel free to share your images and I'll show them at the end of stream. And me too, Charzia. I like this dinosaur picture made me realize, like, shoot, I really need to add more interiors, and like this is as much interior. This like floor shot basically is as much of an interior as I have in this entire portfolio. Like, everything else is outside. So I'll probably do some library studies because I also have an idea for this kind of an image. There's been a few. I really want to put a library in my portfolio, so I think I'm probably going to do a study or a library or a reading nook or something like that. Which, if you click my link at the top of the chat, my Pinterest board, it'll take you to my whole reference folder. I try really hard not to have any AI images in there. And if you go up, like up in the tree to the structures, I think it's in the structures subcategory, I have interiors, I have libraries and studies, I've got alleyways, stairways, like all kinds of categories. So feel free to use those if you would like to. Or find your own reference, that's totally fine. But yeah, I'm just looking at this, I'm like, yep, everything's outside. Like, I don't have a single thing. And my backgrounds really aren't that detailed, like, except for this one that I just did like a week or two ago. I really don't have any like heavily detailed backgrounds in my portfolio. So it's really something like I need some environments that look more storytelling-y, like more engaging than what I've been doing. So there's definitely some weaknesses here, and I'm trying to address them this year. Yeah, so that's what we're here to do. Okay, let me catch up. So many animals in our portfolio, but no wolves. No, I do have a wolf. I do have a wolf. Look, there's wolves. See, short stuff, see? There's wolves right here. My Red Riding Hood. My epic, Sammy tribe squirrel Red Riding Hood with a very basic background. I do. He's 3, can say his name, and can say its name better than... To be fair, Parasaurolophus is probably the most confusing looking dinosaur name, so it's not totally your fault. Okay, let me pull my refs in here. Thank you, Fiery Dose. Thank you, and I hope everyone's doing well. Hey, Berta Bimps, good to see you. You guys, you should go follow Berta Bimps. Been doing some cool comic work. I don't think I've been able to catch a stream yet, but I will. I will. Bickman, of course, you know people in this chat. Why am I not surprised? Oh my goodness, Bickman knows everybody. Oh, I'm behind in chat. I'm sorry. One sec. Thank you. That's so nice. Thank you for that shout out for Burn. You guys are so kind. That's okay, Ashrubber. I appreciate that. Thank you for the hello. Hello to you as well. Catching up on chat, making sure. Just pop the chicken into ArtShare. Ooh, let's see. Okay, I have to see this chicken. We're pausing everything because I have to see this chicken. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Hold on, I gotta get pure ref out of the way. This is adorable. Oh my gosh, this is a really well-drawn chicken. I love this. Whoever talked you into this. Oh, is this chaotic draw along? Nice. I was thinking about doing some of those for Anthony Wheeler's chaotic draw along. Super fun challenge. I just got my deck in the mail last week, so I'm kind of late to the game. This is awesome. What a cool illustration. The little birdhouse. It's a little birdhouse, you guys. This is awesome. I love this so much. Thank you so much for sharing it. Amazing. And if anyone was curious about the warm-ups, just to quickly refresh, we kind of post in the warm-up art share if you want to warm up with me, and then at the end of stream, we looked at all these yesterday. These are some awesome studies that Amaze and Cinna did. And then usually I'll post mine at the end, and that's kind of my cutoff. So like anything below this line is what I'll show on stream today. So even if you're doing a warm-up of a different kind, it doesn't have to be interiors. But yeah, feel free. The interior struggle is real. Phoenix, that's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing. Oh, that's okay, short stuff. Honestly, it's a lot. She needs more wolves, at least. I need a lot of things in my portfolio. The problem is you're limited to like 10 to 15 images in a portfolio, you know? So it's like hard to pick. Hold the press, it's chicken time. Seriously, I was waiting. I just want to move on until I'd seen the firefighting chicken. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad that you enjoy being here. It's been so nice to meet you here. Okay, let's start with our warm-ups. So, like I said, I'm going to that link in the Pinterest. I'm gonna make a new folder here because we're not gonna do figures today. We did those yesterday. I'm trying to remember how to group these. There we go. Slowly getting more proficient at Crita, guys. And thanks again for that raid, Phoenix. That was so unprepared, but I really appreciate you bringing your folks here. Thanks for trusting me with your community. Okay, this is interiors. I'm gonna change the topic. Ooh, it's so cold in my studio today. It got very chilly yesterday here in Colorado. Right, yesterday was figure drawing. And this is my mantra, by the way. I finally gotten to the point where I'm leaving it on its own layer, so I'm improving, guys. We're doing better. But for the warm-up streams, there's this saying where you have to do 1,000 bad drawings before you can get to a good drawing. And so the whole point of these warm-ups is even if you've like never drawn before in your life, you're totally welcome to join. You don't have to, you're also welcome to lurk for sure. But the whole point is to basically get the bad drawings out, right? We're trying to improve our skill set, and we gotta get through the bad stuff to get to good stuff. So I'm gonna highlight this because these are gonna be, at least for me, I'm gonna struggle today. I don't draw interiors like basically ever, so this is a first for me. I'd like to get to the point where I'm doing things like this. I dropped this in the warm-up chat earlier. I want to one day, hopefully, do something like this, like an actual interior design page in my portfolio. Like, I'd love to be proficient enough to show that I can stage a space. I think this is really important, not just for like games and comics, but for an animation, but also like for book illustration, right? Like to be able to show that I can think about what this room might say about a character or a setting or a scenario. And it's just really cool, like all the stuff that's in the room and things like this. So this would be like a huge project. I toyed with the idea of trying to do this on stream today, but I wouldn't even know how to start with this. Like there's so much perspective I need to study first. Maybe we'll do that down the road. But if anyone else is interested in learning to do something like this, let me know, because I actually know a group of artists who actually specialize in doing things like this, and I might invite them to, like, I don't know, or at least like go see if they have some resources on how we could all learn to do this. But this is like my long-term goal, so it'd be really cool to be able to do that. But today, yeah, it is cool, right, Fiery? I know, like, thank you for the luck, by the way. I'm gonna need it. It's you have a background in architecture. That's awesome. If you have any resources or advice, like, I always like to say, like, I am not a professional. I'm self-taught. I didn't go to art school. I mean, I went to school, but for teaching, so I was an art teacher, but I was an elementary school art teacher. So it was mostly like basic skills and motor skills and like hand-eye coordination type stuff, like general introduction to materials, but not, I didn't spend time teaching like actual concepts. And I didn't study them. So like I'm just kind of trying to figure it out. And I'm inviting whoever wants to join me in that journey to come along. I always like to say, even if you're not an artist, if you're a writer, if you're a musician, if you're a scientist, if you're just a curious human, learning to train your observation eye has a lot of benefit, right? Like learning how to notice things is going to help you critically I am scrolling a little bit, yeah, but I'm passionate about it, so I'm gonna finish the topic. But it's gonna teach you how to like pull those observations into your other creative endeavors, into your like problem solving. You know, you're gonna start like, instead of just like drinking out of a glass, you're gonna actually start looking at the glass you're drinking out of and noticing things like, where does the light hit? Why does the light hit this way? Why does it, like, what causes that refraction? Like all of those things are just part of building that visual inner library, and it's gonna help you notice lots of stuff. So anyway, I think it's important for everybody. And plus it's just a fun skill to develop. You know, you can, especially when you're first starting out, you'll be surprised at how quickly you advance, because you're going from like nothing to any level of observation. You're going to see like really quick skill jumps in the early stages of your art journey. And it's addictive. It's fun. All right. So yeah, there we go. Knowing the basics of caustics is helpful. Can you explain what you mean by caustics? Something you can take an entire class on. Yeah, I don't know what that is. I feel like I've heard that term, but I'm not, like I said, not a professional, not classically or professionally trained. Just here to learn, hopefully with everybody else. Charlie says, far behind on the 1,000 drawings, that's okay. Yeah, that's totally fine too, and osmosis is valid. I hope it works. Let me know. And I hope you're having a good day, Charlie's Dragon. Thanks for being here. Good to see you. Yeah, we did an architecture study. There's another Twitch artist here, Fiery, called Cantasian. She goes by Canta. She did a marketecture challenge. I don't have the drawings on my computer here, but we did like a treehouse, a houseboat, some other stuff. And that was my first like dipping of my toe into the world of architecture and structures. And I am not a geometrics girl. I am an organics girl. Like I like creature design and wiggly things and moving things and breathing things, and like drawing stiff shapes is actually kind of hard for my brain. I'm just not practiced. I shouldn't say it's hard. I just haven't spent the time doing it, and therefore I'm not as proficient. But I'm trying to fix that here. So let's see. I think I'll start out with this really basic one. I'm going to drop this link or this image in the Discord. So if anybody wants to draw this interior, just a basic little reading nook. Hopefully not too complex, but I feel like it has a nice little little mood to it. So I'm going to start with this one. It's also a very direct perspective. Like there's no funny angles. It's just basic 1-point perspective here. And I guess I could talk a little bit about 1-point perspective, but I hesitate to go into too much detail because I'm really not, like I'm not the expert, like I keep saying. We're going to have an ad in 2 minutes, by the way, so just be aware of that if you don't have a cheese by your name. If you do hang out through the ads, I do appreciate it. It does help the channel, but no pressure. If you gotta mute it or leave or something and come back, I understand. Need to do that for like your art book interiors. Yeah, steampunk gothic. Yeah, there's so many different styles of architecture. It's overwhelming, honestly. Again, love. Yeah, learning 2-point perspective, for sure. Learning perspective goes a long way. And if you're unfamiliar with perspective, like basic perspective is something like this. I can actually do it on this drawing a little bit. or this image. Let me make a new layer. So you can draw in a number of ways to do this. The fastest way is probably going to be to do what's called a perspective line drawing. Let me use a different color so you guys can actually see it. So when you have like, so for example, this square, right? This is like facing the viewer. So this is going to be flat. Your horizontal lines, meaning the lines and your vertical lines, are always going to be straight horizontal, straight up and down, no matter pretty much what perspective you're at. It's just the way our eye is reading that image. But the little tiny lines that kind of go, that create the depth, that's where your perspective is going to come into play. So if I could, let me just use a pen. You know, you can draw these lines, and you can actually see where the vanishing point is. I might have done this one slightly wrong. But basically, the vanishing point's in here somewhere. It's basically at your eye level, typically. Why does this look weird? Is this an AI image? It better not be an AI image. Maybe I should use my line. Typically, the way it's going to work, and I might just be missing a slight angle here, but typically, when you are looking at these lines, they're going to all converge about where your eye line is. And you can kind of... It's not working with this image. I'm wondering now if this is an AI image. Maybe I shouldn't use it. Because this should work. Teaching with a bad tool right here. Let me just draw one really fast. Maybe I'll pick a different image. So basically you have your eye line, right? So this is like whatever your eye height is for your photo. And if you were to draw lines, basically radiating out from that dot, that's kind of where all of your angles are going to be. So if you had a bookshelf, the bookshelf angles would kind of go like this, roughly, depending on how close to the bookshelf you are. But you can see how that creates like a dynamic perspective, right? So you can see how these shelf lines would look, and you'd have books on them. Here's your other vertical line, right? So you make a little cube. This is rough, obviously, but here's all my books. So the books would follow the same rule, right? So these top lines would kind of match these lines and vice versa. And this is how you can kind of test basic perspective. I'm not sure why it's not working. I'm starting to suspect that maybe this is a poor image. So I might need to pick a different one. It doesn't look like an AI image, but I could also just be slightly getting the angle wrong on some of these lines, and maybe that's why, because it feels like the eye point should be about right here. But yeah, I don't know. I could be very off. But basically, you should be able to find a vanishing point in most images for this reason, because that's how our eye is going to see things coming into perspective in and out of like foreshortening, basically. So what we'll be doing is studying, yeah, just kind of studying an interior and how to like make a setting for a character or for, you know, whatever your story is. This is especially helpful, like I said, if you are a graphic novelist, or, you know, if you're doing a webcomic or illustration or animation, any of that kind of stuff. Very helpful for that. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know what that is, but if you want to, Fiery, feel free. No pressure, no pressure. And yeah, feel free. The invite's invalid. Oh no. Why? It should be a permanent link. It's working for me. Can you try it again? If not, I'll make another one. That's weird. People were using it yesterday. It's the same invite link I've had for like years. It's one of those permanent ones. I'll make another one if that one doesn't work for you. Hold on. Started with me. Day's been good. Got your haircut. Oh, nice. Ooh, new books. That's so exciting. March was busy. Yeah, I know. It was a busy one. Yummy Rocks. Hello, hello. How are you? Perspective studies and practice streams. Yeah, maybe we should have done that first before jumping into interiors, but it's too late. I've already decided. We're already here. Yeah, it is fun. Caustics is the way. Oh, you're talking about fluid caustics. Yes, I do know what that is. I have some of those pens saved in my water, and I have like an elemental folder. Oh, you can't hear me because we're in an ad, probably. Yes, I do know what caustics is. Looked fine for you as well. The link worked for you. I wonder why it didn't work for Fiery. That's weird. Huh. Okay, I think we're out of the ad. So yes, Koga, I do know what caustics are. Yeah, I have a whole section of my Pinterest dedicated to a few caustic reference images. Which is so funny. What a funny sounding... I'm going to try this one instead, actually. So I'm changing my mind on the image that I'm starting with. If someone has already started, feel free by any means to continue. I'm just gonna do this one because not being able to find the perspective lines on that one kind of weirds me out with trusting it as a good reference. So as much as I like that environment, I'm just gonna delete it. We're gonna try a different one. If you're banned from a Discord, invite links can come up invalid. I don't know why I would have banned you, Fire. I've never banned anyone from my Discord that I know of, other than like spam bots. Were you a spam bot in another life, Fiery? Let me try to make you a new one and see if that works. Yeah, I doubt that's the case. Let me see. I think I have like a list of links that are active too. Shoot. Let's just make an invite, I guess. Yeah, this one should never expire. I'm gonna create a temporary invite. This is gonna expire in 7 days, but if you, Fiery, or if anyone else wants to use it, feel free. That'll take you to the rules section. If that one doesn't work, then I don't know. There might be something wrong with your Discord account. I have no idea. I've never had that issue before. Is anyone else having trouble? If anyone else tries to join and has trouble, let me know and I'll make a new link. Okay. So I'm gonna do, for me anyway, the way I'm gonna approach this is mostly by paint. I'm probably not gonna do a lot of line drawing. If you would like to do line drawing, feel free. But I think for me, I really like to dig. I feel like I find form better when I'm using color. So for me, I think I'll just do that. So you can already see some of those perspective lines. I'm gonna draw them a little darker so you guys can see. That I was talking about. And so because we're standing closer to this side of the image, like from the vantage point of whoever's taking this picture, they're standing closer to the right side of the wall rather than the left. These lines on this wall are going to be a lot more steep, right? Because they're all kind of going toward this vanishing point right here. Whereas these lines, see, this matches better. I don't know what was up with that other image. This is how it should work. So see how all these lines just sort of like point down, like any line that's showing depth is going to point toward that focal point right there. It's just like right here in the middle. So anyway, yeah, something was up with that other. I've never had that kind of a trouble like finding the vanishing point in an image before. Yeah, so anyway, so you can see like even the edges of the bench here, even these little tiny corner lines inside the window pane, like any single line that's going away from the viewer is going to head toward that vanishing point. And this is going to help you a lot with structure. Now this is called one-point perspective. So one-point perspective is when you just have a single point, just like it implies. A two-point perspective, we can look at maybe some of those. It tends to be like when the angle is a little bit more intense. And then of course you have three-point perspective, which is going to be like the classic, like basically you would just have a bunch of lines like this, right? I'll try to find this on like an actual object. But essentially it's when you have pictures that are like this, right? So if I had like a big, the classic version of this is like a giant block, right? So you've got like this perspective, it's like up from underneath. So there's three vanishing points essentially that your eye is using to like basically triangulate the object in perspective for your brain. So this is like your basic 3-point perspective. If you look up at a skyscraper from the ground, you get 2-point. There you go. There you go. So if you can see the bottom of something, basically, it's 3-point. Anyway, 2-point perspective we'll do probably more when we do like buildings, but 2 points usually like this. So there's like 2 points of perspective. And like you said, yeah, skyscraper's a great example. It's been so long since I've talked about any of this stuff. But yeah, exactly. So you have your ground and then you've got your skyscrapers. So these are sort of like classic ways to kind of illustrate in perspective. So like say this is like a row of buildings and you're standing at the very corner. 4- and 5-point perspectives, I'm not actually familiar with those. I'll have to look into that. I'm not surprised that they exist, but they do seem weird. Most of the time you're going to use 1, 2, or 3-point perspective. So for most illustrations, I would say those are the ones you need. Posted your first one already? Holy cow. RIP my reputation as a half-competent artist. No, Amaze. I don't think so. I don't think so. Is that like a fisheye? Oh, that makes sense. Like a warped perspective. I wonder if that's like, or like a panorama, right? Would have multiple perspective points, right? I don't know. That's the only other thing I can think of that might be that many perspectives. Fisheye is considered floor point. That makes sense. Very interesting stuff. Okay. I'm just gonna have my vanishing point be down here. I'm not gonna try and copy it exactly. I'm gonna paint over most of this, but this is gonna help me find those bookshelf lines. And also the little nook, the little reading corner. Just out of curiosity, does anybody have a reading nook in their home? I've always wanted one. I had a friend that, growing up, that had like a secret attic, basically, above their garage, and you had to like walk through this little tunnel to get to it. It was super cool. And ever since then, I was like, man, I really want something like that in my house. But anyway, do you see how having that perspective point laid out can just kind of help you fix any sort of perspective issues before you get into any details, right? Okay, let's get into the coloring part. This is the fun part. What is this? Just hanging out? I really like this slightly warm color. And don't feel bad. Again, if your drawing didn't come out the way you want, I can already tell, like, I'm gonna struggle today, so we're all here to struggle together, guys. It's all good, Amaze. And anyone else who's trying to do these interiors, it's gonna ultimately, in the long run, this is the first of 1,000 bad drawings of an interior that you will make. So the more we do it, the better we're gonna get. You have a reading nook in your office. That's awesome. A little jealous. I'm gonna add a little color to this just so I can bring in that highlight. We're all struggle busing here. Join the struggle bus. Hop aboard. Struggle bus sketches. Maybe that's what I'll call these. Hold my hand. Do you wanna hold my heart? Stay for me. Thank you. Appreciate that. Just trying to get to the place where I could even do anything about that. I gotta be better about leaving my mod view up. I'm honestly surprised we haven't had more issues with those kinds of bots. Of course, watch. Now that I've said that, we're gonna find all. They're all gonna find me. The why. It's discouraging, you know. That's half of why sometimes it's hard for me to do these warm-up sketches. Like, oh my gosh, yesterday doing figure drawings, I was just like, ugh, I don't want to be doing this on stream. This is so stressful. But it's also, I know I wouldn't do it without the accountability of knowing other people were like either doing it with me or at least watching me do it, you know? Like something about this whole setup, I guess it's just like the co-working thing, but it really like motivates me to keep going with stuff that I wouldn't otherwise. So I appreciate you guys, even if you're just lurking. I shouldn't say just lurking. Lurking is a valuable service here on Twitch. I really appreciate you being here. Those lurks mean a lot. Yeah, something about just knowing that somebody is like got their eye on what I'm doing just keeps me from giving up. So appreciate you guys being my accountability buddies here. Did way too many shelves on this bookshelf. Even the wood grain is sort of going toward that vanishing point a little bit. I'm just being rough here. I'm not trying to get all the details. I don't want to get too caught up in them. Easy thing to do. I like this little bright sunshine spot here. It's like the pillow. Silhouette. A few of those hand studies, yeah, they do. They do take a lot of brain power. You did a great job on those, Amaze. I hope you know that. Those were fantastic. And I'm not going to try and draw like every single detail in this. I mostly just want to get the notes down. Right, like things I want to remember about this. Like for example, the bounce light right here. Now, I warmed mine up a little bit, but I'm seeing there's like this much lighter. There's this much lighter reflective light right here on this part of the couch or whatever, the little like nook. Oh, you picked a hard one. Oh no, I believe in you. I think you got this. You seem a lot more proficient than I am at this. And yeah, maybe we'll do maybe I'll do like an underwater thing sometime so we can practice. Caustics are fun. I think I tried to throw them in when we did our underwater, like our seascapes. I don't think you were here for that. They weren't very good. I could definitely use some more work. It's a fun little effect. We are going to do some streams at some point that are like focused purely on elemental effects. So like ice, fire, water. So like that's kind of when I was thinking of studying like refracted light, how you can make fire look like it's glowing, different painting techniques to try and accomplish those things. So I'm looking forward to those at some point this year. They're kind of in the schedule. Might need to there's so many things to learn, right? Like it's hard to just pick one. It's like, I want to get better at all these things. Like how do I choose? And there's this really nice, like, slightly reddish bounce light coming off the floor here. It's hard to see, but, like, I think the lighting is the stuff that I like paying attention to, because I feel like those are the things that I can remember for an illustration. So, like, maybe next time I'm drawing an interior, thinking about this process of studying this image is going to make me think, oh yeah, I could do, like, some bounce light coming off of the floor color. And it just reminds me to be aware of those things. You know, like even for this illustration that I'll be working on later today, not the wolf, this one. It's like, oh, you know, I haven't even touched bounce light yet. So like all of these books should have like a slight warm glow to them from the light coming off the floor. You know, I just haven't gotten there yet, but it's stuff that I can remember so that I can throw it into a future illustration. That's the whole point, and that's the difference between a copy and a study. A copy is just trying to emulate this image without asking critical questions about why things are happening. A study is not worried about copying. A study is worried about like actually learning, I guess, and like being able to like fill your creative bank account with that information that you've learned so that you can take it and apply it to a different problem, like a different creative problem. So if you can, I don't know, if you're new to art or if you're trying to get into it and you think of art as just learning how to draw something super realistic, like that is a skill set, but it's just one tool in the toolbox, right? It's not the end game, right? It's not just to be able to perfectly replicate a picture. It's to ask yourself questions about that picture. Oh yeah, no, go ahead and lurk, Short Stuff. Thank you for being here. It's so good to see you. I hope you have a good day or good evening. It's evening for you, right? I think. Either way, thanks for hanging out for a little bit. Hope you have a good one. Paleontologist, how are you? Don't you have work today? This is my work today. Excuse me. So I work in the studio. This is my studio. I work here Monday through Wednesday, and then I go to my day job Thursday through Saturday. So I will be at my day job tomorrow. But today I'm hoping to get a bunch done here in the studio. Interiors. How messy is this person. Yeah, I'm really thankful that I have a schedule where I can kind of block off my week like that, because it really helps me to be able to focus for 3 solid days on projects rather than having to break it up throughout the week. I kind of just hope and pray that they continue to honor that. There's not very many people in my department that they do that for, but I think it's just because I worked there so long, maybe. I don't know. I try to be good at my job when I'm there, but I definitely value my time when I'm not there. So I'm glad that they let me have it. That room looks too clean. Everyone has different standards of cleanliness. This is definitely like more clean than I would keep a space. I mean, there's like a little pile of books right there. There's like some stuff on the shelf. I'm kind of a shelf stacker. Like, I don't like things being on the floor, but I definitely put just like random stuff on my bookshelves. Like, sometimes if I just don't have anywhere else to put it, I'll just throw it on the bookshelf, and so I end up having like storage in front of my books. It's a show home, yeah. Or they moved everything to one side, yeah, for sure. Or they just don't have kids, frankly. I've seen some homes that are lived in that look this clean. Some people are just really particular about their spaces. I've swung both ways on that spectrum before, so I guess I get it. I get both sides of that. It's a lot of work to keep a place clean constantly. But I think I don't know, if I'm kind of somebody, I'm just like a clean as I go person. Like, if I make a mess, I just put it away right then, so that I don't have to set aside time to clean as much. But that's just because my schedule is so busy. I don't have time to dedicate like a whole day to cleaning, like deep cleaning something. I'm getting too involved in the tree. Oh, you guys, I gotta stop, but I just want to draw this tree. It's so nice. I imagine that this is like somebody's office space where they meet clients, maybe, or like you said, a show, maybe like a show apartment. Yeah. It looks like there's another building outside here. I'll like quickly sketch that in. If anyone has a cool interior that they want to post in the warm-up chat section, even if it's like your own space, like if you think you have a cool room in your apartment, like I thought about taking a photo of my studio and just doing a study of my studio environment. So that could be one that you could draw from if you want to draw like what's around you. Like, go sit in your living room and grab a sketchbook and just try and sketch the room, or your kitchen or something. Even a bathroom, a really small room like a bathroom or a closet. You can learn a lot, I highly encourage not just using photo reference. I wish I had more time to go out and do studies from observation in life. But if you are someone who has the time to do that, and it takes you a little longer than the time that I'm streaming, feel free to post it in the warm-up section. I would love to see what you come up with. Plein air sketches, like any of that stuff. It would be super cool to see that. I'm gonna do that sometime, just not today. Yeah, it's on my list too. That's how my list tends to go. It's like, oh yeah, let's file that away for like a future project. Problem is I just don't tend to get to that future projects list very often. But there's stuff all around each of us that we could be drawing, Alright, I don't want to get too caught up in the greenery and stuff out here, so I'm just gonna lob it in. Not gonna piddle. Paranoid about being a clean house because it helps me focus. I've become that way. I used to be kind of a stacks of things person when I was younger, like pretty much through until I started teaching. I was kind of like a tidy, disorganized, I guess I would say, would be my homekeeping style, or would have been. These days, I tend to be I need to put the thing where it goes right as I'm thinking about the thing. Like, I can't just set it down on the table or the floor, because I'll forget that it's there and it will stay there, and then I'll lose it. Sunglasses, for example. So yeah, things have to have a place now for me to actually keep track of them, so it does help me stay focused to have things a little tidier. But I mean, you guys can see my little table back here. Like, I'm not I'm not gonna freak out if there's like something on something. I just try not to leave it that way too long because then I start losing stuff. But everyone's different, you know. We all have different needs there. I definitely have gone through periods in my life where I got kind of obsessively cleany, but it was more of a like my life felt very out of my own control, and cleaning was like one of the only things I could actually have any kind of control over. At least that's what it felt like. So it wasn't like a healthy thing. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't, like, everything's terrible. Can't do anything, but I can sure clean. And at least my space feels nice and fresh. And so that sort of is like a cathartic thing. But thankfully, that stage has passed. I'm still, yeah. I don't think I'm cleaning for the wrong reasons now, anyway. Alright, I'm gonna have to block in like quick colors on this because I know I will get too involved if I let myself. But something like this, like the shadow here under this pillow that I haven't drawn yet in my image, but is there. It's just got this really strong bounce, like reddish bounce light underneath it. Like you can almost see like a pinkish. See how it went to the red section of my color wheel when I selected it? It's almost like this pinkish color that is like casting a reflection onto the wall behind it. And you see like bounce light a lot more clearly on white walls because they absorb so much, or they don't absorb, they just reflect so much color. Whereas darker walls are gonna kind of absorb those colors. There's all kinds of optical science reasons behind that I don't know. I'm not gonna get into, but if you want a good resource on color and light, actually, I'm gonna pause to do a book recommendation here. You can definitely look into James Gurney's Color and Light. Really, really good resource on this. I'm gonna link it in chat. Color and light. I have an Amazon affiliate link I should probably use more. I'm really bad about it. Anyway. Nope, I don't have it up. Okay. Well, here's a very, very long link to James Gurney's Color and Light if anyone needs it. But it's one of my favorite like art textbooks, basically, like a huge resource on how light works, how optics work, how colors work in paint, how pigments work, how they differ from like digital color, like RGB versus CMYK, like super different stuff. So highly recommend checking that book out. If you don't already own that book, you definitely need to if you are trying to get into art. That is, I would say that's like on my list of must-haves for sure. I didn't draw this correctly, but that's okay. So when I do books like this, I tend to like just do random colors. I do like paying attention to how some of these books are stacked kind of sideways, right? Like they're not all perfectly straight up and down, as much as it kind of looks like it's a perfect little room. Some are different heights. Like there's a lot of things that I can learn from this and like remember for another project. Tiny URL. Yeah, I didn't have time. Thank you for fixing that for me though. I'm trying to stay focused here, but I did want to make sure people had that resource. I don't know about you guys, I tend to have I have a tendency, I should say, to like oversaturate my colors. So if that's you, always remember you can add some grays to kind of mute it down and make it a little more realistic. Let me take a screenshot of this because I just realized I didn't actually, since we got raided during my prep, I totally forgot to actually tell people I was online. So let me do that really fast, at least on the Twitters. There might be a browser extension, yeah. If you find one, let me know. I was just in a hurry. Sometimes TinyURL doesn't work for me, and I've had to use some other ones too. Here we go. All right. Oh shoot! Why is it never? Taking a short break to post this. Don't forget your water, guys. We haven't hydrated in a while. Make sure you do that. Weds. Where did it go? Two places. Okay, that's fine. Tiny Rail Maker. Oh, nice. That's good to know. Thanks, Amaze. Oh, and thanks for the save reminder. I have not saved. If anyone else has not saved yet, thank you, Amaze, for that reminder. It's very important. I will look at that tiny rail thing later. Thank you.
Computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
Seeing some nice images there in warm-up chat. Got a little ad break. I'm gonna try and not hyper-focus on the books too much, so I'm just gonna start doing blocky blobs so that I don't get too obsessive. We're just gonna say these are the books. There's different colors in them, and that's fine. And not get obsessed with all the little books. Pillows, yeah, I'm not worried too much about it. I'm gonna stick to my loose study here. I think even just observing it slightly is helpful, so don't get too caught up in the details. However you're doing it, whether you're doing a sketch or more of a painty study, just try and focus on the parts, like the overall gist, I guess. I wouldn't get too caught up in an exact replica. We don't have, I mean, unless you want to make this like a multi-hour study, which if you want to do that, more power to you. I wish I had time for that, but I don't. Making time for stuff like that is helpful. But I'm more worried about like getting comfortable with the idea of painting an interior, quite frankly. That's kind of my goal here. And just kind of the things I'm noticing are like different kind of color fades. Like This edge of this bookshelf is really interesting to me. So they've got this really bright, like reflective corner, right? So I could like see where it's reflecting the light from the window right there. And this really nice bright sunlight coming in out of this window, just along parts of this bookshelf. Really kind of fun. So I want to make sure that I don't overlook that. I've got some dappled lighting here. Really nice shelf lighting. And I need to look at that for my current, to be honest. This is interesting to me, is this part down here, because it's showing the actual way that the light is kind of being handled on the bookshelf. I need this directly for my current piece that I'm working on. So I'm definitely going to focus on that. This nice bright angle here, and it hits the sunlight. Let me go back into this like faded sort of a brownish color. And blur all that together. And even so, it's still just slightly darker. Not a whole lot, but like slightly darker than the edge of the shelf right there. So that's something that I noticed, and that's going to be something I can pull into a drawing later. I'm also noticing this reflective surface here, where you, excuse me, where you can like, excuse me, my goodness, where you can see the shelf. Really like need to focus more on this part. So it's a little bit reflective in the corner of the shelf. It's really interesting. Like, so I went too far with my little book blobs, basically. And you can actually see the bottom part of the shelf here as it goes up. So that's something for me to keep in mind. Gotta remember to keep my lines straight. But yeah, little details like this are things that I can bring into an illustration later. So remembering my horizontal lines are going to stay straight, while my vertical lines will stay straight. And then all the ones that show depth are the ones that are going to angle. So it's important. It'll help you. You'll be surprised at how helpful that is with keeping the realism and depth, if you can just remember those two basic rules. Like this is already looking better because I have paid attention to that. And I'm noticing the bounce light right here coming up on the wall of the shelf facing the viewer is brighter than the bounce light. It's like basically in shadow on the bottom part of the shelf here. So that's also going to help me create some contrast to kind of separate those two planes on the shelf. And I won't really be able to see it past this shelf because of the vantage point of the photograph. But once I get it all worked in, going back in and drawing those books on top of those things is actually going to help it read better. Love these little like light highlights on the rim, I guess rim is what you call it, the edge of the shelf here. Really nice. Really, really nice. Okay, I think I'm done with this one. I'm gonna move on to another one. As you can see, it's not super finished. I'm not really super worried about seeing hyper finished stuff unless you just, like I said, really, really want to apply yourself to that. But as for me, I'm gonna move on to the next image. I think I've gotten what I need to out of this, and I'm ready for a new study. So brighten up those lights just a little. Okay. Maybe finish that pillow. Anyway, simplifying a lot. Yeah, because drawing 10 books on... Yeah, no, exactly. You're not... The goal isn't to exactly copy it. Exactly. I should stop saying exactly. It's confusing. Hey, Siren. How's it going? How are you doing today? Somebody is posting... Is that you? Posting lots of images in chat? Yeah. Be careful with some of these. Some of these look like they might be AI images. You can tell when the plants just like poke through windows and stuff kind of oddly, and like parts of the ground look a little bit bent. But most of these look really cool. Thank you for sharing. I'm gonna pull a couple of these. I know, it's so tricky and hard to see. Don't feel bad, Siren. I have to pull stuff out of my Pinterest all the time. Pinterest is frustrating right now. Oh, I like this one a lot. I don't think this is AI. That's cool. This plant room is nice. It's Got some tricky perspective though. I don't know if I'm gonna be... I have proficiency enough yet to do this. Oh, it's not letting me save them to Pinterest. What the heck? What the heck, Pinterest? The underground tunnel one is AI? Which one? In my Pinterest? There is one that I just found today that I had to double check and do some research on because I thought it was AI. Are you talking about this one? Is this the one you're talking about? Because I was like, there's no way that's real. But no, this is an actual, yeah, signatures can be bad. This is an actual train, it's some part of a train system in the UK. It's so interesting. I forgot what it's called now. I'll have to look it up again, but I looked it up this morning if that's the one you mean. No, you're not, Amaze. Stop. You're not. Quit it. It's not about being perfect. Shared a dog painting. Nice, nice. Reality is way cooler than AI fiction, for sure. Yeah. Welcome on back in, Ace. How's it going? Alright, I need to find... Yeah, so I'm pretty sure this one is AI. It's hard to tell, but there's like plants coming out and through windows, and there's like weird parts where the forest is like on the wrong side, unfortunately, and there's some weird warping. Like things that if you look close don't make a lot of sense. I could be wrong, but it's hard to tell, to be honest. And that's a little bit scary. Yeah, that one is AI. But like I'm pretty sure this is a picture from that Hobbit house in New Zealand. Although I don't know, actually, now that I'm looking closer. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's hard, it's so hard to tell. It's so hard to tell. And that's part of it too, is the low resolution makes it hard to tell. I've been trying to go to photography websites to try and get like actual photographs of places, because I feel like you just learn so much more. But yeah. Still, I'm always happy to see any cool pictures people find. Absolutely. I think it's tricky with reference studies, because you want to make sure you're actually learning what things really look like. And that's the annoying and frustrating part of finding good references right now. There's a trick you can do if you're not sure. Aw, Santa Claus! Oh my goodness. Azlace, thank you so much for those bits. You guys totally killed my bit goal this month. That was crazy. Stop apologizing, Amaze. It's okay. I understand your compulsion to apologize about it, because I feel the same way. That's half of why I'm like so nervous about doing these studies on stream a lot of the times. So I'm always afraid someone's gonna pop in and be like, oh, why would I want to watch this girl again? Like, she doesn't know how to draw. But I think the atmosphere I'm trying to foster here is one where it's okay to fail, and if I'm gonna do that, then that means I have to be okay with failing. So I'm working on it. Oh, and I was gonna share a tip. If you're ever trying to find images, here I'll just show you in Google Images, that aren't AI, there's a couple of search strings you can use. So you can do before, oops, hold on. Make sure you're in the actual Google. What? Okay, whatever. Before 2021, you can see I've done it a few times. 2021 room interiors, basically. And so this is only going to pull up like images and photographs basically that were posted before 2021. So pretty much they say 2022 is fine. I try to do 2021 just because I know for sure that AI was not developed enough at that point to actually generate things clearly enough to be confusing. And so all of these are actual photographs. Like this is wonderful. I'm gonna pin this one. I like this one a lot. Structures, interiors, there we go. So if you're looking to try and find non-AI images for references, I highly recommend doing that. You can also in the search string type -AI, just if you want to be extra safe. And there you go. So you're gonna pretty much be sure not to get any AI images in this. Like this one's really interesting. I like that one a lot. I like the color and the lighting. Anyway, so just a tip, if you're trying to find images, to be helpful. Yeah, thanks for popping right in. The oven is not quite right. Exactly. Yeah, the oven is what caught me. Like that one handle is really long, and it's like, wait a minute, that's not how handles work. But you have to look really closely. And they're getting so good that it's really hard to tell. It's just frustrating when you're trying to learn about things to have to constantly come up against that. So anyway, I recommend doing your searches that way, at least in Google. It's a good way to rule out all the AI garbage. Because right now the internet is just totally saturated with AI images, and it's impossible to find things that are good unless you type in some search string stuff. For as good as it is, I still have no issues telling which is and isn't. I feel like sometimes I mean, I'm glad that you feel that confident about your ability to tell the difference. I have to really look closely sometimes. Like, there's a few types of images that they do a really good job generating now. Yeah. I'm sure it's helpful for something, but it's sure not helpful for art reference. It's mostly just a way to get cheap stock images, honestly. It's so frustrating. I'm sure all the stock image photographers are very unhappy. I'm gonna do a different kind of environment. Let's do maybe a bathroom. I pinned a few bathrooms earlier that I thought were kind of interesting. Go into my interiors folder. And see, like this one, I'm not even sure. I think it is real, but I just question myself. If you see anything in my Pinterest, by the way, if anything looks like it might be AI generated, let me know, because I definitely don't want it in there. I really like this picture, and I know for sure this isn't AI because I saved this back in like 2005. It's a picture of a like an old Russian. It's super pixelated actually, but it's like an old rocket production area or something. Super cool. Oh, thank you, Rebecca. I appreciate that. I'm a little insecure about it, but I'm working on it. Let's do actually this university staircase. Ooh, this looks complex, but it's so pretty. And I feel like this is a useful setting that I might actually use somewhere. So we'll just open that image, copy it. I'm gonna post this in the chat. Let's try this one. Again, I'm gonna do a rough color study. It's not gonna be an exact copy by any means. This is a library in Germany. This is a staircase. Actually, these colors are really similar. Shoot. Apparently I have a type when it comes to interiors. Well, you're very kind, Rebecca. Thank you. And I hope your day is going well. Thanks for popping in. We're gonna go for probably another 15 or 20 minutes. And then I'm gonna have to head off. I will be back on later at 4, but if anyone has any warm-up sketches they want to share, feel free to drop them in the warm-up art section of the Discord. I will be, when I'm done with this next drawing, whichever one I choose, that is when I will start looking through that section to find the art that people have been working on. So feel free to drop them in there if you want to. Need to find a different interior. I want to do like the opposite of a pristine environment. Let's do, ooh, this is a cool interior. Similar color palette still, but it's definitely not perfectly put together. Ooh, maybe this one? I don't know, it's hard to tell when these are photoshopped or not. That one looks a little photoshopped. Ah! It's so frustrating. I'm leaning toward this one now. So this is like the opposite of what we just looked at. An old abandoned building, a lot of rubble, lots of interesting textures. I think this one would be a fun environment. I'm gonna do a quick study of this one. A similar color palette still. I can't seem to get away from those beigey pinks. But yeah, I'll put this one in the Discord in case somebody wants to use this one too. I think it's a photograph. I'm not seeing anything AI about it, but it's hard to tell. Yeah, what happened here? Yeah, I don't know. But I feel like the image almost, like the environment tells a story, you know, and that's kind of what I need to put more of into my portfolio is like the storytelling element. So let's, I'm gonna work on this one. I am gonna just jump right into color though, I think. For this one, I'm gonna use a different technique. I'm actually gonna draw rectangle. Let me speed it up a little bit. Some color on that. And fill it in with something. Let's pick a brownish color, a nice middle color. Kind of help set the stage. Lock the pixels, and now I can just paint on this canvas and I don't have to worry about messing anything up. Go. Alright, I'm gonna paint in these structures here. Trying to think about all of my angles and stuff. This would probably do a lot better if I actually drew the vanishing point and things. But there's not as much going on with that. Maybe these lights up here have that for sure. We'll definitely have to go back and do like an actual perspective drawing session. But I can kind of double check it here and just make sure that I'm getting my angles correct. If you're just popping in and you're not sure what I mean, we're talking about like vanishing point, right? So I can quickly, if I wanted to, I could like, there's tools for this too that you can use like in various programs, but you can have your program like actually automatically do this. You can do it with a ruler if you're working in a sketchbook. Like there's all kinds of ways. It's just a good way to check your angles. Like that angle I had a little bit off there, so I fixed that. Yeah, I'm gonna sketch on top of it and paint over it. So quick a maze, I was just trying to get there. Too fast. Too good. Appreciate you. Does anybody know who's more Twitch savvy than me? Does anybody know what happens if you, like, can you sub someone in your own channel? Is that a thing? And does that count toward like a sub goal? Feels like that would be a cheat. I'm gonna guess no. I don't know if you're able to do that. I guess if it's a gifted sub, you can probably do that. I really like this like bluish light coming out under the door here. Yakota, hello! How are you? It's good to see you. Frog, I missed most of the question. Don't worry. I was just wondering if... I could probably look it up later, too. I think I kind of answered my own question in the question. Let's try. See what happens. I'm gonna do a little Twitch experiment here. Stay the night. Actually, it may not let me. guess we'll just find out. It totally worked. Can't let a maze be watching ads. Of course. I actually didn't even know if that would work. None of your mini pins made it? What do you mean? I pinned one of them to my Pinterest. It was just too complex for me to do this morning. But I appreciate you finding some pins for me. The least I can do a maze. Oh, I can do it anonymously! Shoot! I didn't even know I could do that. How do I do that? I'll just keep that in mind for next time. I do see that a gift sub from me did not affect my own sub goal, though. So that's good to know. Yeah, I don't know how to... Yeah, I don't actually know how to do that from my mod view. The check mark on the gifting page. I didn't see it. Maybe it's because I did it in mod view. Oh, I see it. Dang it. I was like scrolled down because my window is too small, so it was covered up. Next time. It's good to know. Thank you. Yeah, clearly I don't know how to Twitch, guys. And thank you, Yokota. How are you doing, by the way? Oh. Aw, Azalace, you don't need to keep doing that. Thank you. That's so nice of you. Yeah, totally. Just because I didn't draw it on stream today does not mean. I did mention one was Coolio. Yeah, I pinned a few of them. Or at least I tried to. I'm gonna have to look at it later because it wouldn't let me pin from those links for some reason. So strange. For sure. I don't know why it's for some reason not saying I'm logged in to Pinterest, even though I totally am. I'll have to figure it out later. Okay, back to this. So yeah, if anyone is still working on that study, feel free to drop a link in chat or in the Discord. It's a little easier for me to get to in Discord, but if you drop it in chat and I don't miss it, I'm happy to show that on stream as well. I totally understand if people are reluctant, if you will, to join Discord. I know there's everyone has Discord, there's like a million of them. So totally get that they can be overwhelming. But yeah, if you'd like to be a part of the showcase here in a little bit, we're going to be doing that in maybe 20 minutes or so. Depends on how long it takes me to finish this part. You need an official Santa Raptor emoji. Yeah, that'd be great. But I can't do it. But for now you have that dancing dino, which is pretty good, you have to admit. I'm having bad habits right now, guys. This is definitely a do as I say, not as I do situation. I really should be paying more attention to these guidelines, but I'm just kind of trying to block in. I love all the textures. I'm also trying to go a little faster. So I'm skipping some steps here with our perspective drawing, but yeah, I just really I love all these wood textures and all these color varieties in here. Like I said before, if anybody wants to spend longer on their study and you're not ready to show, in the next 20 minutes, you can always work on this longer and then just drop it in warm-up art. Well, drop it in that section whenever you're ready on the Discord. And I'll just show it on the next warm-up sketch session. Why was that hard to say? Yeah, so no rush. Please don't rush. You're not ready to put that in there. Okay. Oops, we got a sketch, or excuse me, stretch warning. I don't think I've actually stretched this stream. Gonna do a quick carpal tunnel stretch. And of course, if you don't want to share, that is also fine. I take solace just knowing people are drawing with me. Ooh. Oh, thanks, Amaze. We're not quite ready to wrap it up yet. I was just kind of giving it just kind of an alert. But yeah, thanks for posting those links. If anybody's not already following me and you would like to be, that is where you can do so. Okay, just making sure. Thank you, though. Appreciate you a lot. Thank you for the random shoutouts. Oof, like what even is this? I want to know where this is so bad. Love this like peeling plaster right here. So good. This right here, this texture is mainly why I wanted to draw this picture. So I'm just like ready to get to it, you know? And, like these weird pink bricks. This feels like very 1970s sanatorium sort of thing. I don't know what it is. What are we even looking at here? I just like how there's only a few left and the rest have all fallen off. So interesting. Does your work in progress still count even if it's not an interior? A work in progress, yeah, probably in the work in progress section. The studies are more, the warm-up art is more for like, these are your quick study pieces. Like if the only purpose of the image is to study, then it goes in the warm-up art section. You can still show, like, please show us your works in progress for sure. But yeah, thanks Raga, that's exactly right. I just want to make sure I have a place to showcase the people who are doing studies, just because, I don't know, I want to encourage people to do them. So that's part of why I show them off at the end. It complicates communication. Does it? I think you just have an emote for every occasion, Raga. You're just prepared. I just call that prepared. I'm jealous of your preparedness, I will say. Let's see. I love seeing everyone's different approaches on how they start off with their art. Yeah, no, it is super interesting, right? Right, Azalise? Yeah, I totally agree. It's I'm really loving seeing how everybody builds up images and like does all that, whether it's in warm-up art or works in progress. All that stuff is interesting to look at. Picture is worth 1,000 words. It's true. It's true. And 1,000 pictures make a good drawing eventually. So we're just, you know, I'm getting 2 out of 1,000 here. So eventually, if I keep going on these, I will become proficient. That is both the joy and the struggle of art making. It takes a long time. You gotta like really put in the time. And I haven't been doing that with interiors, so unfortunately I think it shows. But even though I'll probably never draw this scene for a children's book illustration, right? I still might use some of the things I'm learning in this in an image. So there's still value here, even if it's not directly going to be something that I emulate in a portfolio. I'm still learning, you know? I'm forcing my brain to notice why is the angle of the door this way? Like, what happens when you have a door that's like breaking perspective here? How does that angle work? How do I make it look like a door? Like it's in the space. What do those angles look like? All important stuff. You have like 20 gifted subs. Oh, do you really? Like, wait, like you have gifted 20 subs? Is there a way to tell on that? Or somebody gifted you 20 subs? People have gifted you. Well, I'm not surprised, Raga. You are a lovely welcome presence on many a chat that I've seen. So people like to gift you, I imagine. I hope you are feeling better, by the way, Raga. I think last time I asked, you said you were on the mend, so hopefully you seem like you're not quite as tired. I could be wrong. But I do hope that the illness has cleared. Never fun being sick for a long period. It's very awfully sneaky there. I'm not sure if it worked. Good. I'm glad to hear it, Rocco. I always appreciate your fun emotes. So many good ones. They always inspire me to make me want to like make some more. I'm sure he will. I like this broken down skylight a lot, actually. I kind of want to put a skylight in something. So yeah, all that to just, I guess, reinforce. You don't have to totally, like, line for line imitate an image for it to inspire you for a future piece. Just by studying this image closely and noticing things like the broken, the broken drywall, or like the way the plaster is sort of hanging down on some parts, the way that the light hits it and kind of darkens it right here. Like all of those little details can come back into an image later on. So don't feel like if you're not studying word like image pixel for pixel, like if you're not copying it identically, that you aren't learning, because just by the act of taking an extended amount of time to look at a picture of any kind is going to help kind of ingrain that in your mind's eye for later. At least that's how I feel about it. When I dance alone. So many colors, man. Really picked a complex puppy here. I think the hardest part of perspective is it's not mirrored, so things tend to look off if you mirror them. Yeah, typically you're not going to have a perfectly centered... I mean, sometimes you can. This one's pretty spot on in the center, but it's certainly not the same on both sides. Yeah. So, I think you can do some things mirror. Like, I could probably, if I mirrored this, I could, like, get all the structures in quickly. But yeah, the rest of it, I think, is a little more complex than that. Ooh, getting raspy. Need to drink some water. And then this is interesting too, because it's not a straight wall. Like, it becomes like a straight wall again here a little bit, but it's like almost like it's almost a little bit of like 3-point perspective coming in on this wall right here. Like a strange angle on this wall. Interesting. Sounds like he's being sneaky, Maze. Yeah, it kind of throws off the angle. Whew! Is it? Mia! Mia et tu! Mia et tu! How are you doing? It's so good to see you, Mia. Wasn't expecting to see you in chat. How are things, my friend? You guys, go give Mia a pet follow. I know she doesn't have time to stream right now, but I keep hoping if I keep, you know, just telling people to follow her, eventually she'll come back to streaming when she has some time. Mia! You hit the squirrel button. You jump scared me. That button, so sometimes I go on little bitty rants is what I'm trying to say. And that is really more for like keeping me back on task, because sometimes I get a little off topic. It gives me an opportunity to check myself and make sure that I'm not straying too far into an off-topic rant. But yeah, I get a little squirrely. I'm kind of like Doug from Up, so that's why we have it. It's also just funny. So, how are you doing? How are things? I don't even have audio yet. Hold on. Well, you missed the squirrel then, because Doug's little squirrel thing comes across the screen. There is a per stream limit on that now though, because it got a little abused for a while there. But it is pretty funny. It makes me laugh. How are you? How are things? Thanks for the shout out to Mia. You guys, Mia is awesome. You guys should all go give her a follow. I'll show her art off in just a second. Mia, we're doing some warm-up studies. I'm doing interiors today because I'm trying to get better at like interior settings. You would actually be a great person to ask for this. Let me know when the audio is on because I don't think you can hear me. But I would love to pick your brain. Mia does an amazing webcomic called Paradox Theorem. Super awesome stuff. A little bit on hiatus right now, handling some kiddos. But really, really good work if you get a chance to check out her channel at all. It's been a while since she's been able to stream, but I hope she plans on coming back someday. So keep showing her the love, and hopefully we'll be able to get her on board Twitch again. Indeed awesome. Yeah, for sure. Super, super, super skilled. Skilled artist. Really cool imagery. You won't regret giving her a follow. Check out her Instagram too. Let me finish this up and then I'll definitely drop her Instagram. Hey, Mama Meow! How are you doing? It's good to see ya. You can hear now. No worries, Mia. I was explaining the squirrel thing is just to keep me on topic. Sometimes I get a little off topic, so that's to kind of keep me from getting too distracted in the Twitcherverse over here. It's also very funny, and since you didn't have your audio and you probably missed it, but there's a little Doug gif that pops up, like Doug from Up, and he goes, squirrel. It's very funny. But Mia, it offered you a squirrel, and you took it. Oh, it just like offered that to you straight up? There you go. That's interesting. I don't really know how Twitch works, so I'm not surprised it does things that I don't understand. It does it all the time. Mama Mia, I hope you're doing well. It's good to hear from you. Hope all is good in your neck of the woods. Oh, but Mia, so we're doing interior studies today. I'm wrapping up on this one. Just like a quick color study of this image, but if you have any Amaze, thank you for gifting Mia that sub. By the way, guys, we just unlocked a new sub emote yesterday. Thank you again, Azalace. I appreciate that. So I started a new sub goal. It's just going to go to the end of May, just because I only need a few more subs to unlock another follower emote. So if you're a follower who would like an extra emote from me, I'm probably going to do some changing around of the emotes. And I want to be able to give my followers a little extra one. So if we happen to hit that sub goal, I don't have any aspirations of it happening. But just in case you're wondering, that's why there's a new smaller sub goal on screen right now. So anyway, but Mia, we were talking about interiors, and I thought of you because we were talking about these things. I forget what they're called, but it's like when you do. I posted it in my Discord too. But you see them a lot in animation portfolios. But my long-term goal is to have a piece like this in my portfolio. Really helpful, obviously, for graphic novels, animation, illustration. I think there's a place for this too.
video games. I forget what there's a name for this type of drawing though. Cutout, but it's like, is it just a interior cutout? Is that just what it's called? Yeah, you're really good at these. I remember seeing when you showed us of a car interior or like a van that you did. That was awesome. So if you have any, sorry, my voice is like going today, you guys. If you have any resources on that stuff, I'd love to hear it, but no pressure to dig them up right now. But I'd love to get them in the either talk shop section or something so people can pin them. The official term is, okay, I didn't know if there was one. I thought I heard you call it something sometime, but maybe that was just my brain being super impressed with you. Just being like, wow, Mia knows so many things. An isometric perspective practice. Okay, well, there we go. Maybe that's the term you use. I have no idea. My non-art school brain was just like, wow, that sounds so official. I want to learn about that. Pardon, so sorry guys, I don't know why my voice is getting scratchy right now. And wispy, I sound like a tired grandma. Yeah, I've never done one, but my long-term goal is to be able to do something like that. For now, I just want to like get a little better at environments, including interiors. So this is my first time doing an interior study in a long time. But how are you doing? How are things with you? When you hit a channel point amount that you can redeem, it will pop up a redeem button. Oh, thank you, Short Stuff, for enlightening me. My Twitch knowledge continues to grow. Thank you. That makes more sense. That makes more sense. Pushing through, haven't been around as much. I'm sure it's been crazy. I'm sure it's been crazy, Mama, but I do hope you're doing all right. Thank you for being here, and thanks for lurking. I like the angle too, Siren, for sure. That one was more posture check. Okay, posture check, guys. Oh, this is my posture check stretch. Put your, try and get your shoulder blades kind of like together in the middle of your back, and then just relax, and it sort of like straightens you up a little bit. I'm gonna try and see how long I can hold that pose before I start shrimping again. Probably not long. Probably not long. Let me get that microphone out of the way. Okay. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. I just keep bumping this thing. Okay, let's draw this cool chair. I like this cool chair. Hiccup. Pardon me, hiccup. Nope, hate that. I did not do that well. Oh yeah, no worries. No worries, Azalace. Yeah. Yeah, the tags help, I think. They're gonna help you find your people. I'm still playing with my tags too. I don't know which ones I want to use. I think I found somewhere on Twitch there's like metrics you can look at for your tags, like how many people found you through them or how many people like clicked through to look or like are using them, I guess. There's so much I need to do, but remember, horizontal lines are straight, vertical lines also straight, up and down. Basic 1-point perspective stuff. And then I will come back in and add the values here too. I love this like gray, cloudy look. So hard to find the time to stream when you have a full house. Yeah. Yeah, it's hard, especially you got littles. Mia's got a couple littles. And a little on the way, I hear. So Kev, it's good to see you. It's so good to see you. Thanks for popping on in. How are you? Yeah, sorry, we started stream without you this time. Just this one time. I was surprised we didn't have you yesterday during figure drawing. Yeah, Siren, if you have any of like isometric drawings you want to share, feel free. I haven't done a whole lot of that. Not since like basic like drawing, drawing one classes and stuff. Just to run it back. Okay, Kev, no worries. No worries. You know what, I'll be on again later today, Kev. So if you're still around in a few hours, we'll see you again. I'm actually, unfortunately, getting toward the end of this one. I am going to start the showcase here in just a minute. So if you did have any warm-up sketches that you wanted to share, remember, it doesn't have to be interiors. It doesn't have to be the theme we're doing today. It sure can be. Like if you are somebody like me who needs the accountability to actually get stuff like this done, so, like this is your sign, like feel free to use it as accountability. But if you were doing a warm-up that you had planned for something else today and you wanted to share that warm-up sketch, that is totally fine. I just asked that anything posted in the warm-up art section of the Discord is a study of something from observation. Okay, so just the whole purpose of the drawing needs to be study from observation. If it's part of a larger drawing, but the part that you're showing is like this observational study, that's totally fine. I just want to try and encourage people to do more observational drawing because I think it helps us all improve. And it's kind of a chore is what it feels like sometimes for a lot of artists. So I think it's really helpful to have a place to like encourage each other to do that. So if you wanted to participate in the showcase, like I said, just make sure that it is an actual drawing from observation, okay? Trying to stick to that as best I can here. Oh, I just missed a whole lot of chat. Hold on. Kodali, hello. Thanks for popping in. It's good to see you. How are you? Howdy, howdy. Dino friends. Because you get it. Yeah, the grids help for sure. Start over. Delete it all. Sorry, Kev. Can't do that. Yeah, mom life is a lot. Short stuff for sure. Big fan of all of it. Oh, Fisheye. We were talking about 4 and 5 point perspective drawings earlier. Actually, I think it was Koga was in here chatting about that. Fisheye is fun to... I've never done it in perspective. I've done it like just making it up, but I'm sure it's inaccurate. Thank you, Fiery. And I'm sorry that you had some trouble. I posted a new link to the Discord. I don't know if it worked for you or not. But if you had any resources, I know you were trying to share some resources, Fiery. So if you wanted to drop those in chat, feel free as long as they're PG-13, totally fine. So if I make a study of something, but put it in... Yeah, that's as long as it's a study, Siren. Yeah, for sure. As long as it's like something you're drawing from either a photo or something that you can see, like from observation. It just, the whole purpose of the warm-ups is to kind of encourage all of us to do all those studies that we all say we're gonna do, that we need to do. Maybe I'm projecting here, but like I always struggle to do them. So it doesn't have to be interiors, but you know, if you want the encouragement to do interiors, the theme for today is that. But as always, if you're working on something that you don't quite finish in time for today's warm-up showcase, the next warm-up showcase will be at the end of the next warm-up stream. So I'll just show whatever didn't make it in this time next time. So I definitely want to encourage people to work on those you know, observational skills. So it's kind of the point here. That's what I'm going for anyway. So like I just noticed I had some issues with my, I'm gonna fix those. And hopefully it's helpful. You know, the whole point of this is to like help people who are either trying to improve their art or maybe even drawing for the first time in years or ever. You know, like I would love to encourage people. The people who've said that this is encouraging them to like actually do these things is super, super flattering, and that's my whole hope with these studies. So I'm glad that it's helping anybody do those things. Think of it like gym accountability. We're like your workout buddies, your art workout buddies. Is what this is my idea here. So doesn't mean any of us are particularly good at working out. It just means that we want to get better. So we're all here being accountable at the gym, at the art gym. Oh, yay, short stuff. That makes my heart so happy. Yeah, I'm so excited to see if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I mean, there's so many great digital artists in my community. We'd all be happy to help, I'm sure. I can't wait to see what you get into. And it's, like I said, it's gonna be tough at first, especially with a graphics tablet. It's gonna take you a few weeks to get used to the hand-eye coordination piece, so don't get frustrated. Or at least try not to let your frustration stop you. You can do it. Your mind and your mind's eye will adjust. It just takes some repetition and some time. So just keep that in mind. I know, right? Art Twitch is the best, you guys. Art Twitch is awesome. It's so nice. A ruler tool for the fisheye. That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah. I think Krita does too. Oh, Krita has one. Oh, I haven't actually played with the rulers in Krita. I'll have to do that. If anyone knows a good tutorial on like where to find that stuff, I really haven't played around too much with Krita other than the paintbrushes. Your existence encourages me every day. Oh, Kev, that is like the most nice, hopefully sincere thing that you've ever said in this chat. That's sweet. I appreciate that. Your existence encourages me, Kev. And also your jokes. I do like them. And I appreciate you keeping them family friendly. Set it up yesterday and it's definitely going to be a learning curve. Yeah. I remember when I first got mine. I think I first got my Wacom in 204 when I was like 14. And oh my gosh, I was like, I'm always going to suck at this. This is going to be terrible. And I was very like, yeah, it wasn't great, but I was motivated because all my friends were drawing and I wanted to draw with them. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to like push through. I'm going to figure it out. Like they can do it. So eventually, hopefully I can do it. And I remember it taking a few weeks before my brain got used to drawing, looking at the screen and not at my hand. But it can be overcome. So just keep that in mind. Now, granted, that was like 2 weeks of pretty much daily drawing. So it's going to take a minute. But you'll get there. I have faith in you. You're a smart cookie. You got this. Honestly, maybe just finding things to like trace for a little while just to kind of get your hand used to working that way. And getting used to like working by looking at the mouse instead of your hand might be something that's helpful. Like go find some line art or something. Last like 2 weeks I have watched so much art content. Hyperfocus, mega engaged. It's fun. We're so happy to have you. And whenever you feel ready, if you ever want to, feel free to join in on these warm-ups and don't feel embarrassed since you're just getting started. So we have people of all skill sets and all abilities that join in, but no pressure either if you're not ready to like share that stuff. I made this rubble pile too close to the chair. Also maybe made the chair too big. It's okay. We're just studying. We're not copying. It's okay. It's all right. She tells herself constantly. All right, I think I'm approaching finish here. Whistles of innocence. It's seeming awfully fishy over there, Azalace. I don't know about innocence. All right, I'm going to start putting the final touches on this. So this is going to be the last call for art today, for today's showcase. If you want to do... Remember, it's not just general art. It is warm-up specific. So like anything you're doing from reference. There's a reference involved and you're learning how to observe, go ahead and post that in the warm-up art section. Today's theme for me was interiors. It's something I need to work on for my illustration portfolio. As I was saying earlier, this is about the only interior that I have right now is this piece right in front of us here. And I will be working on this later today on stream. I have some things I want to fix with the colors and I'm still trying to figure out the lighting. So we're getting there. It's getting closer, but there's still, like, I feel like the leg's not reading the way I want it to, so I need to play with that a little bit. Like the shadow of the leg, I mean. But anyway, yeah, I'll be working on that later. But as far as interiors go, that is like the only interior other than this one, like which is barely an interior. So I just don't have a ton of like non-outdoor spaces in my portfolio. So I'm trying to learn how to embrace interiors, embrace objects, like mechanical objects, I don't have any vehicles, and embrace like drawing more people. So we got this kid front and center, which is kind of unusual for me. I usually don't do a front and center kid. Trying here. All right, I think I'm done. I think I'm gonna stop here for the day. I got some other stuff I gotta do, and I will be back on again in like 4 hours. So if you want to come watch me work on that dinosaur piece, I will be on again. But let's go ahead and look at some other warm-up sketches and see what the rest of you guys have been up to over the past hour and a half or so. Let's see, warm-up art. Oh my goodness, there's so many in here. Okay, let me pull these over. These look great. I'm gonna pull these over here, and it's not too late if you're still wrapping up. But remember, if you don't rush. I will show anything that gets posted in the warm-up art section. I'll show it on the next stream if I don't show it on this one, okay? But if you are online while this is happening, feel free to speak up in chat so we know who to congratulate for their awesome efforts. This is Amaze, Amazing Fan 15, our lovely mod here. Go give him a follow if you aren't already following him. Mia is working on exteriors, but I'll be doing the interior shop soon. A little daunted by the clutter. I know, it is very, interiors are daunting. I'm gonna give Amazing Fan a shout out because I know he will not give one to himself. Yeah, I'll definitely post it. I'll definitely go look at it. Yokota for sure. Amaze, this looks great. I think I know the tunnel you're even looking at, maybe. Really, really like it. I think you did a good job with the perspective. Like, I feel like I'm being led into the image. It doesn't look flat at all. Like, I can see your horizontal and your verticals are all straight. And you've got those curvy lines are tough in perspective for sure. I think you did a good job. And your line work, as always, is very solid. Do not apologize. Do not apologize. We're all here to learn. Remember, I don't think it's... Just remember, this is the first step in you getting even better than this. Like, there's just also something that helps me. Keep in mind, there's people who wish they could draw what you just drew. You know? Like, there's always somebody who's looking up to what you're doing. And as artists, we're always looking up to someone, too. We just gotta learn to, like, not take it as a negative, you know? And not be, like, ashamed or, like, make excuses or say what's wrong with it. Something I'm working on, too, so I totally feel you. But, you know, we're just trying to, like, get to that next level. So that would be me. See, there you go. Short stuff just started. So you guys are all inspiring short stuff right now. So thank you for participating. Amaze, this one looks awesome. I wanted to do this one. I think I know the image. This looks great. This is a fantastic interior. Really well done. Really good, nice job with your perspective lines. Did you have an under drawing for these for your 1 point perspective? This looks great. Believe in the me that believes in you. Exactly. Channel your inner Gurren Lagann, or however you say that. Really nice job, honestly. Hopefully this is helpful for the next time, you know, you go to draw a setting in your comic. That's what I'm hoping, you know, for me anyway. I know I was pretty bad and I freehanded too. Ooh, Koga! Look at this! Well done. Really nice job. Very nice. This was a pretty ambitious one, honestly. I was kind of I was afraid to do like a full room interior like this. You did a good job. I hope it was helpful for you. Hey, FC of Atlas, welcome on into chat. And yeah, there's that Discord link. Let me know if you do join it, and if it doesn't work for you, let me know, because somebody else is having trouble with it. Oops, we have an ad break. I will wait until after the ad break for those who are not, you know, joined successfully. Excellent. I don't know if you can hear me, so I'm just gonna have a bunch of woos. Yeah, I don't know what happened earlier with that person. We're gonna pause for the ads. Sorry for ads, guys. Sorry for ads. But I'll hang out for a second on Koga's. This is great. You did a great job. I feel like the perspective on this is nice. And it feels like a full, like, again, like you got the depth really well. Like, I feel like I could sit down in this room. Yeah, these are super great, honestly, right, Mia? I'm always really inspired when I see everybody's work in here, because it just makes me want to, like, keep going and just spend my whole day doing studies. I wish that I could. But I really appreciate people like to going out, even Amaze, who was like, oh, I'm so nervous, like, these aren't good at all, people are gonna unfollow me. Like, no, they're not. Guys, go follow Amaze so that he knows that he's lying to himself. Really nice stuff. Koga, remind me again if you're in chat. Do you stream? I think you told me no, but you might get back into it. I believe Koga is in let me see. So, Koga... Nope, I don't think they're getting here right now. But yeah. Feel free to hang out if I get onto your piece, so that we can know who to go congratulate. But oh, there you are. Yeah, it didn't show you for some reason. Do you stream? It also tells me there's an ad right now, but apparently that's a lie. So I don't think I've caught you yet. Or maybe you're just one of those people who's like Raga and immune to ads. Briboette! Holy cow! Look at this color study. Jeez Louise, this is fantastic. Hokey pokey. all of the expletives. Pardon my French, everybody. I know this is a family-friendly stream. I gotta watch it. Look at the warmth, the lighting, the bounce light. Oh, I'm just in love with the way you got the bounce light here. Not yet, but soon. Okay, yeah. So you know, go give Koga a follow, guys, because Koga might be getting on here soon. You got double ads. So Kev got all of Koga's ads, apparently. Sorry, Kev. Koga, that's where your ads went. This is fantastic. I don't know if Bryboet's still in here or if Bryboet even streams, to be honest. Why are my little thingies not working? Is it because I'm trying to do it in OBS? Hold on. I don't know where my... Oh, it's right. You guys, I'm so dumb. I was like, where's my thing? It's literally in front of me. I was like, where's my Firefox thing? Let me see if I can do it here. I don't know if Bryboet is a streamer or not. You stream? If you're in here, I don't know if you stream, but this is fantastic. So, it's not doing the thing. There we go. I hope you do. If you don't stream, I hope you start, because I would love to watch you do things like this. This looks fantastic. Beautiful stuff. Can we make it bigger? Yeah, look at that. I love looking at the brush strokes too. Yeah, great perspective, great depth, great values, great light. This is like what I was trying to do and just did not have the patience to accomplish. So this is fantastic. Thank you so much for joining in. Beautiful work. Beautiful work. Yeah, I was just asking if you stream. You did stream yesterday. Okay, I'm gonna make sure I give you, if I'm not already following you, definitely wanna make sure I am. I think I am. I just missed it. I apologize that I missed your stream, but hopefully I'll get to catch one soon. If you have a stream schedule that you want that you want to post, feel free to. Kev. Beautiful, Kev. Thank you. Helpful critique only. My critique on this would be like maybe look at a picture instead of drawing from your brain. But it is very funny. You got your human anatomy study and your observational sketch with interior perspective. Man, 20,000 hours works in progress. Kev's is the best one by far. Yeah, for sure. No, these look great. And like I said, guys, if you do actually do an observational study, a picture, this is a self-portrait. That's too funny. These look fantastic, guys. Thank you so much for drawing along with me. I'll go ahead and post mine in here too. I'm glad you know your face, Kev. And then if anyone didn't quite make it in time for the showcase today, just know I am going to be streaming another warm-up sketch session on Monday. So if you... Let's look ahead and see what the theme is, actually. Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays in the morning. Oh, okay. Wow, nice. Let's see. I think I ever find things, guys. I'm so bad at stuff. There it is. Okay. Let's take a peek and see what next week's warm-ups are going to be. I do have this posted in the Discord, so you got left behind? Oh, I didn't see a sketch. Oh, in the works in progress section, was this like an observational drawing? The reason I'm asking just warm-up sketches because this looks like there's a lot of images from imagination, so I just want to showcase stuff that's like observational sketches. Like that's the whole purpose of the picture. This looks like a work in progress for a finished piece, and it's beautiful. But we're actually thinking about maybe doing like an art showcase. I might do an art showcase, so people who do want to show what they're working on, I can have like a once a month thing where I do that. But I really want these streams, the warm-up streams, to be like encouragement for people to actually do observational sketches specifically. That doesn't mean that I don't love this, for sure. These look great. Yeah. Let's see, speaking of warm-ups, what is on the docket for next week? Ooh, World Turtle Day is coming up, guys. Do you like turtles? Oh, hey, we're doing some animals next week. Yay! Okay, I'm so ready for animals again, guys. It's been such a long time. Oh, it's from a street in your city. That's awesome. Do you have the original? I'd love to see the observational sketch part of it for sure. Selling my self-portrait. Oh my gosh, okay. Okay, so next week we are doing otters. Oh, it's Memorial Day. Well, there you go. If you're around on Memorial Day, I still work. I don't take days off from this job anyway. So if you're around and you'd like to sketch with me in the morning, I'll be doing otters. I don't know why I chose otters. I just did. So we're doing otters. And then actually on Tuesday of next week, we're doing clothing and drapery. So this goes hand in hand with my goal of getting better at people. So you know, there's a lot of like character design, clothing design, costume design stuff that I'd like to get into at some point down the road. And I think the first step of that is studying drapery on the human form, right? So we're going to be doing clothing and drapery on Tuesday the 28th, so that's next week. And then going back to animals with, on the 29th, we're doing alligators for some reason. I think it's because I just saw that it was National Alligator Day, but also Otters and Snails Day. So I just picked alligators because I didn't feel like drawing snails, basically. These, I don't know, I kind of like looking at these fun holidays just to see if I get ideas about like what to do. Apparently today is National Sherlock Holmes Day, so I guess it's appropriate that we drew a library and a mysterious looking building. But yeah, if you are interested in joining, oops, why didn't that go away? If you're interested in joining in for more warm-up sketches, or if you're still working on a sketch and you want to drop it in the warm-up art section, remember, just observational sketches, like if that's like the purpose of the drawing, that's kind of what I want to encourage during these showcases. And we'll talk about doing like an actual art showcase, because there's so many awesome art, like you, Yokota, this is beautiful. And we have so many cool, really, really skilled artists in my Discord that I'd love to showcase more, just because I want, you know, it's hard out there as an artist, and I understand the desire to have your work be shown, and definitely appreciate it when that happens for me. But two, I also just like want to encourage more people to follow some of the cool art streamers that we have on Twitch. And I know I don't have like a big platform or anything, but I'd love to use what I do have and share that with others. So we'll talk about maybe doing like you, yes, Kev, doing like an art showcase day. Well, maybe I'll do like a poll in Discord. So if you're interested in doing like an art showcase, let me know in the Discord. I'll probably put it in the questions section and maybe do a poll. We can pick like it'll probably be toward the end of the month or something. But yeah, we'll talk about that more in Discord. So again, if you want to join the Discord, there's a link somewhere on my page, but you can also just click this link. It should be working. Thank you for whoever just tested it. I forgot who that was in chat, but feel free to drop in there if you want to join in on any of that stuff. Ulodnin asks, what are some of my favorite animals to draw? Chat might disagree with me. So certain people in chat might disagree with me. My favorite animals to draw are probably elephants, lions, dinosaurs, and we'll say, yeah, elephants, lions, dinosaurs, horses. Those are probably my top 4. I do like chickens a lot too. I'm actually going to be doing some emotes of some of those creatures coming up soon. So, found quite a few art streamers recently through my channel. Oh, good. Short stuff. Yay. Honestly, I can't brag about Art Twitch enough. It's, I've said it probably 4 times on this stream already, but it's seriously one of the most welcoming corners of the internet I think I've ever been on. Just everyone's got a tribe here. Like, you don't have to worry about not fitting in. There's so many different types of artists, so many different styles of stream. Like, there's artists who don't even have music or mic or camera, and they just turn on screen share and they're drawing, and their art is so fun to watch still. And like, there's room for every type of streamer here. Like, you don't have to do the way I do it or anyone else. If you're an artist who's interested in maybe getting into streaming, I'm not an expert, but I'm happy to help you with what I have learned. And if it can help encourage the art category to grow here, I would really like to see that, because I just think this is like a huge untapped market of awesomeness that a lot of artists who I see who are like amazing, and they're struggling on places like Instagram or Twitter to like beat the algorithm to ever find anyone who's going to be able to see their art. I feel like Art Twitch is like, this is the way. Like, at least for me, it feels like it has been. So I'd love to help other people get into it. So if you're someone who's on the fence and you're thinking about maybe getting into art streaming, send me a DM or ping me in my Discord. I have some stuff in Talk Shop already about getting started on streaming, but I would love to encourage more people to stream. I think it's awesome. So that was a long answer to your question. Eventually draw snails. It will just happen at a snail's pace. Ulodnin, you know you can't say something like that around here without getting some cheese. My little cheeselings. Somebody, I think it was Azalace that that just decided that you guys are the cheeselings. I don't make the rules. I mean, I kind of do, but I really like it, so. I love puns too. You always get cheese around here for puns. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna make sure I didn't miss any other comments in chat, and if not, we're gonna go find. Oh, thank you, Talia. Talia, you're a ball of sweetness. I'm so glad we got to meet. It's nice to have you here. Thanks everybody who lurked, who participated, who joined in, who stuck around for the raid. I appreciate you guys. Don't eat yourself. Nope, nope. That's only eat cheese, guys. Oh, but I guess if you're a cheeseling, shoot. There's a flaw in my plan here. We might have to keep workshopping that, guys. Boy, these don't look great, but that's okay. There they are. There's our bad drawings for the day, guys. And I look forward to drawing with you guys again, next week. Thanks for anyone who was co-working. Yeah, I tried to make this like a co-working stream. It's like one of my favorite parts. Mia, it was so good to see you. Hopefully we'll get to see you again, and I hope things are going well. Thanks for popping in. Saw your hubby popped into Discord, so looking forward to seeing work from him too. Okay, let's find a work-safe, kind of like family-friendly co-working stream to go raid into. If you guys want to hang around for just another minute or two, I love, speaking of sharing the art love, I love spreading that around here. So let's go find somebody to, maybe you might meet another artist that you think is really cool. Who is on? Oh, Greek Celtic's on again. We rated her like 2 weeks ago. Let's see if I can find someone else. Oh, Zoe is on, but she's doing games. I want to find an artist if I can. Hold on. Oh, there's a lot of people on today. Shura's on. He told me not to raid him for a while because he said he was not doing work safe stuff. I don't know who to pick. Okay, let me try again. Let's go up to... We could do Elsie Art. I think we just rated her... Oh, no, we didn't. We haven't rated Elsie Art in a month. Well, shoot. I know where we're going. All right, we're going to Elsie Art, guys. Here's the shout out in case you get left behind. If anyone has recommendations, by the way, on like a work-safe art stream, I'm always on the lookout. Yeah, she's great. She's great. I think we rated her. I thought we rated her more recently than a month ago, but let's go say hi to Elsie Art. She's always working on some cool stuff. I think this is how I spell her name. Hold on. E-L-S-I-A-1-A? Nope, I did. Yeah, 2 A's. Whoops. There we go. Make sure we raid to the right person. There we go. So let's go right into Elsie Art. Looks like she's working on a character design of like a fairy queen. Ooh, and a very elegant gown. So this will be a nice lead into next week's drapery stream. So hopefully we'll get to a place where we can draw these things too. It looks like she's working on a couple of character designs actually. Very cool stuff. So I think you guys will like her. Thanks again for hanging out. I appreciate you. And I will be on again in like 4 hours, guys. So if anyone's around in a few hours and you want to hang out again, totally fine. But until then, guys, we'll catch you next time. And hopefully I'll see